Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Real Madrid yesterday lost against PSG 4-0. That encounter was very, very interesting. It was Enrique versus Alonso. Everybody was expecting what Real Madrid is going to do because this is first, in quotes, the first big team they have played in this tournament. Right?
No.
Which big team they don't play?
They never play other big teams.
Which one?
For group stage, they play big team.
Which big team?
They play Dortmund, na big team.
So Real Madrid lost against PSG 4-0. Alonso's side was dominated in the whole 90 minutes. They tried to do some things in that game. In this particular game, what went wrong with Real Madrid games?
Everything that could go wrong went wrong. You know, the first one is when I say, when you come to every game with an open check. Don't come to every game with a chip on your shoulder from your past 15 trophy. Or come to every game as grand level. Come to every game at grand level. And you know, from that mistake that led to the first goal, the second mistake, it was just one mistake after the other. But then the truth of the whole matter is that Real Madrid no see ball play. Real Madrid could not handle the ball for 5 minutes back to back without losing possession. One. Then secondly, Vitinha is too much. Vitinha is too much. You saw him at the defense, you saw him up front, you saw him. The guy was everywhere yesterday. The guy don't give Real Madrid chance to breathe. You know, but it was a good game. 4 goals as predicted. Fantastic win. This is what we call it. You look at Usman. In fact, they should go and write Usman Dembele's name on that Ballon d'Or right now. They should go and write it.
There's no question.
I don't want any controversy. And next time you see PSG, you salute them as men wey sabi, as men wey Europe.
Did he win any national trophy with his national team? We're talking about Nuno Mendes. You're talking about Ousmane Dembele. Calm down. But
Dembele has won the World Cup.
That was when?
He no concern me.
He never played for World Cup team. But look at it was a disgraceful showing.
Madrid should give PSG guard of honor plates.
It was a disgraceful showing because I'll come back and say stick to works, but it to say the team work now, for to say Alonso, smart man. You came into this game, you wanted to defend. I don't know how you managed to. You've been trying everything. It's been working against Dortmund. Your midfield worked. Your setup worked. It worked perfectly. In this game now, I think putting Valverde on the right back was another. I could have questioned because you should just go put him in the midfield. At least you give him that edge in that midfield.
I think because Trent got a knock before that game, so
you get put him in the mid. Play your 3-man defense. Play that 3-man defense that you've talked about. Play it. Play it.
You see, say finally now na 4-man.
No. See, now 4-man.
No, because if na 3, you go start with 3. You go even when you get handicap.
John,
you go maintain that your 3.
You see the starting lineup now 4-man's defense.
Okay.
On paper now 4-man, but wait till they play that 3-man. But yesterday you could clearly see that it was 4 because Avade was not even given the opportunity to go forward. You get at some point, even when Real Madrid they push attack, you go in. Avade is still there for that defense line. Even when Madrid were moving forward on the offensive, Valverde was still backwards. You get now defenders. See, like you come into this game, I feel like okay, fine, it's Real Madrid. We're going to do it. We did it before. Find a way.
Goes before a fall.
Find a way to win, even if the team is holding on to possession for 90 minutes. Find a way to win. It's Real Madrid. We know how to find a way to win. But yes, we couldn't find a way to get a goal. Like it was that disappointed that we couldn't find a way to get a goal. We were struggling to get shots on target. Like Real Madrid were struggling to get shots on target. You string up 10 passes, and in between those 10 passes, you lose the ball. I don't know how rudiger of all people. I will not blame the first goal. It was a high press, so you can make any mistake in the first goal. But the second goal, rudiger, only you stand for midfield. Only you stand for midfield. Release ball, at least pass back to goalkeeper. I don't know what Rudiger.
I think
I don't know whether they press and pause.
He miskicked that ball.
It's not miskick.
I said it here on this show.
They collect that for him toe.
I said it on this show 3 weeks ago. You all wanted to crucify me in this office. The Baba should be starting from the bench. Rudiger should be moved to the bench. Get a quality signing.
Because he had one.
Season is just the begin now.
Because he had one.
I'm sounding,
No, because
you know
he had
what they call a harbinger.
because he had one off
I'm
game.
telling you now that this is a hamburger for your season.
Because he had one off
Go
game, I will
and
not send him
sign
to
a
the bench.
center
Why?
defender.
See, everybody makes mistake.
Because of one off game. Yesterday was just one in 1,000.
Yeah, mistake.
And you now say I should put him to the bench. Militao didn't get off game since how many years? It's still a start match.
Okay.
Militao still came in yesterday. He's still doing own error. Now say that and they lose and score.
If you can't see the fact that Rudiger was out of pace, out of everything,
we
outsmarted
agree.
in that encounter,
it was
if
just
you cannot see the
only
diminishing
error,
return, if you
the
cannot
only
see the
error I would
diminishing
say for
return
Rudiger was
in
the
Rudiger,
Dembele's goal.
if you can't see that diminishing return in Rudiger, then bro,
The
your
only error
license is fake.
I would assign to Rudiger, the only error I would assign to Rudiger is Dembele's goal, the second goal. After that event, Rudiger was still trying to cover himself.
Let me talk about that Rudiger. Rudiger, everybody makes mistake.
One in 1,000. You want to put him on the bench.
Since he came to Real Madrid, he has been fantastic. But last season, all the theme about Real Madrid, everybody was off. And Alonso said after this game that this season just ended, that they were going to start afresh. They brought in Dean. Dean is always going to start because he was suspended for this game. But the question is who is going to partner with him. It had to be either Rudiger or Militao, because when Militao came in, he was one of their best defenders. So Alonso have to decide who is going to start with him.
Militao will never stay fit one full season.
I'm just saying that
now they tell you. Militao has to come and compete for a place. Militao will only get off game since he signed for Real Madrid. At least in your error now, in your good game now, 1 in a 500.
I don't know what.
Why Rudiger own off game now 1 in 1,000? And you got say Rudiger go bench. What's Militao will go play with reserves.
Before he went for injury, he was one of their best defenders.
With errors.
It does not matter. Defenders
with
make errors.
With errors.
Even Saliba makes errors. The truth about defender is that for you to be good, your defense has to defend as a unit.
Thank you.
The truth about PSG is not necessarily that who knows Pacquiao or Pacho before he came to PSG. Nobody knew him. Who was the guy that replaced him yesterday? Nobody knew him. Nobody knew him. The thing about defense is that once you find that like everybody defends as a unit, individually everybody becomes perfect. The guy that played for PSG in the defense with Marquinhos yesterday, nobody knew him, but he was perfect yesterday. The thing about defense is that if you get it right, everybody is fine. If you start making all those small errors, everybody's bad. But let's talk about PSG. PSG are a team that everybody should be afraid of in this Europe.
And rightly so, because we're saying it yesterday.
At some point, everybody was afraid of Barcelona. Then when they had the MSN, because when they catch you, they will just team PSG. Enrique has actually built a better team with PSG, and if you notice that he made that statement when they sold Mbappe. I'm feeling for Mbappe because Mbappe.
No fee for Amateur.
Mbappe was at PSG and he was a superstar.
And they were dominating the press
and they were begging him to stay.
Yes.
Enrique came in, coached him the first time, forcing the first season, and he decided to leave. And I can remember this interview where he was talking to Mbappe, telling him that he needs to press more and all that. That means Mbappe doesn't really press well. So when they sold Mbappe, he said they asked him, then Dembele and Mbappe, who is the better player? He told them that Dembele. Why? Because Dembele gives more to the pitch. Part of what he gives more is that pressing. You can look at how Dembele used to press. He wants to use pressing Real Madrid yesterday.
Thank you.
So, but if you see what Enrique has built, he has built almost a perfect team for that PSG.
My joy is that nobody can water down Enrique's impact in Paris Saint-Germain. That's my joy.
I keep talking about coach
because
is very important.
By mistake, I didn't want it last season. They go say Mbappe 9 winner for Paris Saint-Germain. Exactly. Do you understand me? That's one. Secondly, my joy is that revenge is what they call it. She is a because you escape that one that they won it without you. Now they've come in your very before, make it down X in your very before. You could not do anything on the line.
I cannot believe it. He left. They won the Champions League.
Thank you.
And they beat him
and dropped him out of the Club World Cup again, straight up. That's back to back. Before the first one, they say no, it's not sweet. You have to play Madrid so that you will be able to put it in their face. TT. We put it in their face now. 4 goals, no reply, not up to 20% possession cumulatively in 90 minutes. How does that happen? You have to now go back and look at the team that is called Real Madrid. and rebuild from the ashes because they have been totally disconfigured.
Talking about the stats now, so let me give you the stats in this game. PSG had 17 shots in total.
Yes.
7 on target. 69 position. 69 position is because at some point they started removing their best players. So make it
No, man,
no,
may
come up best players.
no be like say.
No. Because I just come to show now.
You want
and
strangulate
tradition now. I keep quiet because see, I'm just the coaches. No, make
Baba, how market?
Make we calm down now. You want to talk about the stars? Say they come out their best players.
Finish with the stats.
Yes.
Now, Madrid not come out their best players.
As at 72 minutes yesterday, it was 75. 20 something.
Let me finish with the stats before we argue about that one.
No, talk that. No, see, talk the stats. No, give clause to the stats because if they give clause to the stats, like say, Real Madrid, no do so.
They had 17 shots in total, 7 on target, 69 possession. They had 681 passes. 92 of those passes was accurate.
Thank you.
Talking about Real Madrid stats, it's 11 shots in total, only 2 on target, and Militao and Mbappe had those 2 on target. 31% possession and 306 passes and 83% possession. That's where Alonso has a problem with it. When you just said it, when they have the ball, they lose it. That's the problem because they couldn't keep the ball.
Thank you.
So talking about this stat, it showed that somehow PSG, let me talk about those 3 midfielders. See those 3 guys at PSG.
Anointed sons of Zion.
Those 3 boys are I don't know what to say.
Who you want? Now Ruiz you want?
Because there is no defensive midfielder there. There is no attacking midfielder there. There is no box to box. Everybody keeps rotating. Like in this particular game, the player that was further than all of them was Ruiz in this particular game, and he scored 2 goals.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Good value for his money. The rejected stone that was coming from the bench still enter and say Real Madrid he must collect. Goncalo Ramos straight up.
That one finished and scored the last goal.
Made everything complete. Wow.
That was fantastic.
Now fake Madrid come game yesterday. No be Real Madrid. Now fake Madrid
all this talk that because new school carry old school go school. Teach old school how to go school.
They teach you na metaphor now.
No, na make una because new school face old school. Carry old school.
When they asked Enrique after the game, he said something that was interesting. He said that he has been working on this project for 2 years. You cannot compare him and Alonso that just came in.
No, let me finish.
They asked Alonso again. Do you think that starting 3 attackers was a mistake? He said obviously it was a mistake. That means from now up it's going to be 2 attackers.
So, it dey work since. So, why you change am?
So that he said that is one of his mistakes in this game is to start 3 attackers. But from next season you have to be 2 attackers. So it's going to be interesting.
3-5-2. We know. See now wetin we know.
You see Hakimi and Mendes. That fullback was. Oi!
When you say something about
Godwin, now this kind of performance when we say you
Godwin, you remember
as they are waking up this morning, bro. Alpha, is it private jet you want? We need 5 more years.
That I think Vinicius was on go from nowhere. Mendes caught up with him and collected
ball. And you caught him say I no give am Ballon d'Or.
That guy is too much. The whole thing that Real Madrid now somehow Alonso needs to build from the scratch, which he's trying to do. In they need to rest, come back and see this team again. But let's see what he's going to do. But in this particular game, it was an outright win for PSG. They played from beginning to end, dominated that game. Press well. If you see the pressing for that first half, Dembele can
press their neck
can press like a madman. He was pressing every ball, pressed twice and got the first 2 goals for PSG in that game. Fantastic game of football for PSG. I've never seen them play. If each game you could see that they are improving, and those 3 midfield guys, Neves, Vitinha and Ruiz has been fantastic for both PSG club. They have actually built well. Enrique has built well, and congratulations to him. I keep saying it that you cannot remove the importance of a coach in a team. You can never remove the importance of a coach in a team. Look at what he has built in 2 years. After selling Mbappe, look at what they have achieved. So congratulations to them. They will play Chelsea on Sunday in the finals of the Club World Cup.